Have you ever had an itch that just wouldn't go away? Most people dismiss it as dry skin, allergies, or even aging. But what if I told you that persistent itching in certain spots on your body could actually be a red flag? An early warning sign of hidden health problems that may quietly be cutting years off your life. In this video, we'll uncover 5 critical itchy spots that could reveal serious conditions linked to your heart, liver, nerves, and even your blood sugar. Each one has the power to signal danger long before the real damage begins, and ignoring them could be a costly mistake. But here's the key. The final itchy spot I'll share with you is the one that most people overlook, yet it's the most dangerous of them all. And it might just be the clue your body is desperately giving you right now. So stay with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you won't just understand these signals, you'll know exactly how to recognize them, what they really mean, and how to take control before it's too late. If you've ever noticed your palms feeling itchy for no clear reason, especially at night, don't brush it off as just dry skin. This could be your liver trying to send you a silent but urgent signal. Persistent itching in the palms, or sometimes even the soles of the feet, is often linked to liver dysfunction. When the liver struggles, whether from fatty liver disease or bile salt buildup, it causes toxins to circulate in the bloodstream, and one of the first places this irritation shows up is in the skin.
Here's the catch. Unlike regular dryness, this kind of itching doesn't improve with creams or moisturizers. You can lotion up as much as you want, but if your liver is under stress, the irritation will keep coming back. It's your body's way of saying, pay attention, something deeper is going on. Take Walter, for example. At 72, he began experiencing strange, random itching on his palms almost every evening. At first, he thought it was just something he touched or a reaction to soap, but when it didn't go away, he finally mentioned it to his doctor. Blood tests revealed his liver enzymes were elevated, an early sign of fatty liver disease. With a few key lifestyle changes, like cutting down on processed foods, eating more leafy greens, and drinking more water, his symptoms improved and his liver health stabilized. You can even try a simple self-test at home. Press your thumb firmly into your palm for a few seconds and release it. If the redness lingers longer than usual, or if the skin feels overly sensitive, it may point to underlying liver stress. So if your palms have been itching more than usual, especially without an obvious cause, take note. Watch for other warning signs like constant fatigue, unexplained weight changes, or yellowing of the skin and eyes. Don't ignore these small but powerful signals, because catching liver issues early gives you the best chance of protecting your long-term health and lifespan.
Now let's talk about your scalp. Most people think an itchy scalp is just dandruff, shampoo irritation, or maybe even dry weather. But here's something most people never realize. Persistent scalp itching, especially when there's no visible dandruff, can actually be a red flag for blood sugar imbalance. And that matters because chronically high blood sugar or insulin resistance is one of the first steps toward prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, conditions that can dramatically shorten your lifespan if left unchecked. Here's why it happens. When your blood sugar remains too high for too long, it triggers low-grade inflammation throughout your body. That inflammation doesn't just affect your organs, it shows up in your skin too, leading to irritation, dryness, slow healing, and that constant itchy sensation. So if your scalp feels tender, overly dry, or itchy without a clear reason, it could be your body's way of warning you that your sugar levels are out of balance. Take Richard, for example. At 69, he dealt with scalp itching for months and tried every new shampoo he could find. Nothing worked. When he finally spoke to his doctor, routine tests revealed his fasting blood sugar was in the pre-diabetic range. By making simple changes, cutting back on refined carbs, taking short walks after meals, and drinking more water, his blood sugar stabilized and his scalp irritation disappeared. You can try a quick self-check. Run your fingers firmly over your scalp. If you notice unusual tenderness, patchy dryness, or random areas of itching that come and go, it might be worth asking your doctor to check your blood sugar.
So don't just treat scalp itching as a minor annoyance. If it's persistent and unexplained, it may be your body sending an early warning. Catching blood sugar issues now, before they develop into full-blown diabetes, can make all the difference in protecting your health and longevity. Next, let's move down to the soles of your feet. If you've ever noticed persistent itching on the bottoms of your feet, especially at night, it's worth paying attention. While many people assume it's just dry skin or irritation from socks or shoes, in reality, this could be an early sign of nerve damage or circulation problems. And here's why it's critical. If ignored, it may progress into neuropathy, a condition that can lead to numbness, balance issues, falls, and even foot injuries that refuse to heal properly. The nerves in your feet are some of the most sensitive in your body, and because they're farthest from your heart, they're often the first to show signs of damage when circulation is poor or when blood sugar is high. That's why nighttime itching, tingling, or burning sensation on the soles shouldn't be brushed aside. It may be your nerves sending distress signals. Take Frank, for example. At 74, he began to notice a strange itching and burning on the bottoms of his feet every evening. He tried lotions, changed his socks, even switched shoes, but nothing worked. When he finally spoke with his doctor, tests revealed he had early-stage peripheral neuropathy, often linked to circulation issues and elevated blood sugar. By walking daily, adjusting his diet, and practicing better foot care, Frank was able to reduce his symptoms and slow the progression of the nerve damage.
There's a simple self-test you can try. Take the cap of a pen and lightly run it along the sole of your foot. If you feel less sensation in one foot compared to the other, or if the itchiness is accompanied by tingling or burning, it could point to nerve-related issues. So if you've been dealing with unexplained itching on your feet, especially at night, don't ignore it. Keep an eye out for additional symptoms like numbness or changes in skin color. Walking regularly, improving circulation, and caring for your feet can make all the difference in preventing complications and protecting your independence as you age. Now let's look at the lower legs, another area where persistent itching can signal something much more serious than dry skin. Chronic itching around the shins or ankles, especially when paired with dryness or tingling, may be an early sign of peripheral artery disease, also known as PAD. And this matters because PAD is directly linked to a much higher risk of blood clots, heart attacks, and even strokes. Here's why. Your legs are the farthest point from your heart, which means your blood has to work extra hard to reach them. As circulation weakens with age, whether from narrowed arteries, weakened veins, or overall poor cardiovascular health, the skin on your lower legs gets less oxygen and fewer nutrients. That's when you start noticing irritation, thin or dry skin, and itching that doesn't seem to go away. It's not just a skin issue, it's your vascular system waving a red flag.
Take James, for example. At 73, he noticed that his shins itched every night, no matter how much lotion he used. He assumed it was just part of aging skin, but when he finally mentioned it to his doctor, tests revealed that his circulation was slowing down, putting him at real risk of blood clots and heart issues. Thankfully, with some lifestyle changes, like walking more, drinking more water, and improving his diet, his symptoms eased and his circulation improved. You can even try a simple self-test at home. Press your finger firmly into your shin for a few seconds, then release. If the indentation lingers longer than normal, it may be a sign that your circulation isn't as strong as it should be. So if your lower legs have been itching persistently, don't just assume it's dry skin. Take it seriously. Move more throughout the day, stay hydrated, and eat foods that support your heart and blood vessels.
Small changes today can prevent major cardiovascular problems tomorrow.
Finally, let's talk about the upper back. If you've ever had an itchy spot between or just below your shoulder blades that refuses to go away no matter how hard you scratch, it may not be a skin issue at all. Instead, this kind of deep, persistent itching can be a warning sign of nerve compression or spinal degeneration. And here's why it matters. If left untreated, these nerve issues can gradually lead to posture problems, chronic pain, and even mobility loss as you age. Unlike surface-level irritation, this type of itch often feels like it's coming from underneath the skin, almost like it's too deep to reach. That's because the real issue isn't dryness or irritation on the surface. It's the nerves in your spine sending abnormal signals to your brain. As we get older, the discs in our spine naturally shrink and lose hydration, which can compress the nerves in the upper back. Over time, this can worsen and impact your ability to move comfortably and maintain good posture. Take Roger, for example. At 68, he noticed a persistent itch just below his right shoulder blade. Lotions didn't help, scratching made no difference, and it only seemed to get worse. When he finally visited his doctor, imaging revealed a pinched nerve in his upper spine. Without intervention, it could have developed into more serious spinal problems. But with physical therapy, posture adjustments, and targeted stretches, Roger found relief and prevented further damage.
Here's a quick self-test. Press your fingers into the itchy area of your upper back. If the sensation feels tingly, numb, or unusually deep rather than surface level, it's more likely a nerve issue than a skin problem. So if you've been dealing with this type of upper back itch, don't ignore it. Focus on daily stretching, maintaining good posture, and consider physical therapy if it persists. Addressing it early can help protect your mobility and quality of life as you age. As we've seen, persistent itching isn't always just a skin issue. Sometimes it's your body's way of waving a red flag about something much deeper. Out of all the itchy spots we discussed today, the most dangerous are the palms, the scalp, and the soles of the feet, because they can point to silent but deadly conditions like liver disease, blood sugar imbalance, and early nerve damage. These aren't small concerns. If left unchecked, they can shorten your lifespan and seriously impact your quality of life. The good news is that early recognition changes everything. Spotting these subtle signs can help you prevent circulation failure, stop nerve degeneration before it worsens, avoid life-threatening diabetes complications, and slow or even reverse liver disease progression. In other words, paying attention to something as simple as an itchy spot could add years of health and energy to your life.
Here's your action plan. Start by tracking your symptoms. Notice when and where the itching happens, and don't dismiss it if it keeps coming back. Persistent, unexplained itching is never something to ignore. And most importantly, bring it up with your doctor. Even if it turns out to be harmless, you'll have peace of mind. But if it is a hidden health issue, catching it early could save your life. Remember, your body is always communicating with you. It's just a matter of listening. So don't wait, don't brush off these signals, and don't assume it's nothing. The sooner you act, the better your chances of living not only a longer life, but a healthier, more vibrant one.